Hello everyone, and welcome to MyniQ podcast. I'm your host, and I'll be sharing short English stories and conversations with you every day. Today's episode is Shadows of Lost Memories. And the text level is 6. Learn how to talk about things that might happen and things that describe other things. Stick around till the end for 5 quick questions to test your understanding. Alright then, let's get listening.
Shadows of Lost Memories. In the ravaged landscape of New Eden, I stumbled upon a mysterious camera. Its metal body was twisted and battered, but it still worked. I took out the film, and as I developed the pictures, memories flooded back to me. The first one was of my family, laughing and smiling in our old home before the great disaster. As I continued to develop the film, more images emerged. A group of survivors huddled around a campfire trying to warm themselves up on a cold winter night. Another showed a young girl holding a small puppy, who was the only survivor of her family. With each new picture, my memories came back to life. But with every memory, I also remembered the pain and loss that had consumed me. The loved ones I lost, the people I failed to save, and the things I couldn't protect. Tears streamed down my face as I realized that even with the power of the camera, some memories were too painful to hold on to. I decided then to take one last picture of myself letting go of the past.
Now, let's move on to the conversation between Billy, Meg, Kelly, and their teacher, Louis, after reading the novel.
I love how the protagonist used the camera to relive their memories. It was so creative.
I know, right? The way the author wove together past and present was amazing. I felt like I was right there with the character.
But what I didn't get was why the protagonist couldn't just hold on to all those happy memories. It seemed like a cop-out to me.
I think that's the point, Kerry. The novel shows how holding on to the past can be both a blessing and a curse. It's not always easy to let go.
That makes sense, and I love how the author explored themes of loss and grief in a way that was relatable but also hopeful.
I'm still thinking about the symbolism of the camera, though. What do you guys think it represented?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a tool for escapism, a way to temporarily forget your troubles.
That's possible, but I think it's more complex than that. The camera represents the power of memory and how it can both heal and hurt us.
Now, let's test your understanding of the novel and the dialogue with 5 questions. Question 1. What triggered the protagonist's memories of their family? A. The mysterious camera. B. Developing the film. C. Writing a book. D. Watching a movie. E. Looking at old photos. The answer is B. Developing the film. Question 2. Why couldn't the protagonist hold on to all the happy memories? A. Because they were painful to remember. B. Because they wanted to forget their past. C. Because it was too difficult for them to cope with. D. Because it would have made them a stronger person. E. Because it wasn't necessary. The answer is A. Because they were painful to remember. Question 3. What did the camera represent in the story? A. A tool for escapism. B. The power of memory and how it can both heal and hurt us. C. A way to relive memories without experiencing pain. D. A means to forget troubles temporarily. E. A symbol of nostalgia. The answer is B. The power of memory and how it can both heal and hurt us. Question 4. Who said I think that's the point, Carrie. The novel shows how holding on to the past can be both a blessing and a curse. A. Billy. B. Mac. C. Harry. D. Leah. E. All of them. The answer is D. Leah. Question 5. What was one memory that stood out to the protagonist as they developed the film? A. A group of survivors huddled around a campfire. B. The young girl holding a small puppy. C. Their family laughing and smiling in their old home before the great disaster. D. The loved ones they lost. E. The people they failed to save. The answer is C. Their family laughing and smiling in their old home before the great disaster. That's it for today's quiz. How many did you answer correctly? Thanks for tuning into my channel today. I hope you enjoyed the stories and conversations and found the quiz challenging yet fun. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us for more daily English learning content. Until next time, keep practicing your English and have a wonderful day.